Hi everybody, this is Kevin, and I am going to be talking to the lovely, or even the lovely Robert Croser. Hi Robert, how you doing?
I am lovely. Hello everybody.
Yes. So, so this is the fifth of my Zoom chats.
Yeah.
And what I try and do, I try and find out a little bit of about the person behind the name. So, Robert, let's start off by asking you have you always lived in Cumbria? Where were you born? And let's find out a bit about your background.
I was born in Cumbria in 1970. My father was on night shift and wouldn't come off night shift when I was born.
All right.
He said, "You'll be thankful of the money," to my mum, and she's never forgiven me. Well, born in Cumbria, up in Carlisle. Hope you can all understand me. 1970, so that makes me, yes, I'm 50.
Yeah.
I have an older brother, David, who lives down in Birmingham.
Right.
He's quite a high flyer executive for the Highways Agency.
All right.
He's the project manager for East Anglia and the South East. So if you see all those bollards out on the road, it's probably him.
It's his fault.
It's him that's told them to put them there. I've lived here all my life up in Cumbria.
Yeah.
Carlisle, born and bred Carlisle. It's quite a big city if you've ever been.
Never.
It's the biggest city in Britain.
Okay. Yeah.
Bigger than London, bigger than Birmingham.
Is it really? I didn't know that.
It's biggest because the postcode area, CA, covers all the way down to the Cumbria-Lancashire border, over to Barrow-in-Furness, over to the Northumbria border, up to the Scottish border, which is about 2.5 miles that way.
Oh, right, okay.
So, yeah, if you've ever been to York, it's a bit like a working class version of York.
Right.
It's the best way to describe it. A lot of history, huge castle, cathedral. We've got Hadrian's Wall. We've got the Lake District, which is about 25 miles away. I can look out this window here, the mountains, just on the horizon. You can just see them. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm biased, but I think Cumbria is the most beautiful county in Britain, in England anyway, with the except maybe North Yorkshire's quite nice, and certainly down where you are, the rolling hills. I have been down there.
You have. You've ventured down this far south, have you?
I have, yes. I used to go to Butlins Bognor.
Oh my gosh!
With my parents.
Almost on my doorstep.
Yeah. My parents and my brother used to go through all the Butlins holiday camp.
Yeah.
Went to each one we could, sitting in the back of my dad's Triumph Dolomite.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. I had one of them.
The smell of old-fashioned vinyl and my mum's number 6 choking me and my brother to death. When I think of the nostalgia of it all, it's just the smell of that awful vinyl. Those huge We're not stopping. We're nearly there. Dad, it's 300 miles. We're nearly there. We're there now. Dad, it's 300 miles. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I like Bognor. I thought it was a beautiful Sussex. And my dad's not one, he's got a bit of wanderlust. And he wouldn't be one to just sit by the pool or sit playing big, what you do on knobbly knees and things, Butlins. He would always take us places. Mum was happy just to sit outside the chalet reading a book or going to the bingo, things like that. He would say, "Right, boys, we're going," and we'd explore. I've actually, if a certain someone's listening, I had a conversation with my brother prior to speaking to you tonight. Yeah, we've been to Worthing. I'll say no more. It was a dump. Yeah, we went all along that coast, and yeah, it's beautiful. The only thing I can remember is the beaches were shingle.
A lot of them are. Yeah.
I was only about 10 or 12 at the time. So You had long hair and looked like a BG. I had spots and curly hair.
Yeah, back then I did have very long hair back in those days. Yeah.
Well, I did back, but yeah, when that was my time, I had something called a mullet. I'm sure you remember what a mullet is.
It's been suggested that I had one at one time.
Yeah, you had one just a couple of months ago. That was very long.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I did. So
like Gandalf.
Yes. Yeah. I've been called other names as well, but yeah. And one of them begins with Papa. So okay, so we've established that where you were born. So you went on to do. Did you go to college or uni or anything like that?
Yes, I left school at 17. I did a year in sixth form doing art and history. I was kind of bored with it because most of my friends were out doing apprenticeships or at uni.
Yeah.
My older brother went to uni. He left school, left Carlisle when he was 18. He's never really been back. But yeah, I left and I was good at art and things like that. So I did quite well at school. But my father, he kind of got me into the business with the railways and stuff. And he said, job for life, boy, get yourself in. And I went, yeah, okay. And I was kind of talked into that. And I did that for a few years and left there and decided I needed to travel.
Right.
I wanted to travel. I didn't want to wait. This was the 90s, Kevin. So
yeah,
I was sick of waking up with a hangover, waking up with strangers, shall we say? I'll say no more.
Yeah.
Getting high as a kite. It was the 90s. It was the 90s.
Right. Yeah.
So I was young enough, so I decided to sign up for you know what, and I did that for 8 years.
All right. Okay.
And I travelled. Went out to the Gulf. Went to Kosovo. Seen things I don't really want to talk about on here.
No.
I can tell you in person, but no, it was horrible.
No.
So yeah, left there about 1999, 2000. Went back to uni, studied to become a nurse.
Right, okay, yeah.
And I was a nurse for a good 7 or 8 years. But I hated it. I had a young family. I got married in 2002. And I had a young family and I hardly ever saw them.
Yeah.
So I decided to leave that because the NHS, you were just a number.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know anybody who works for the NHS, but they'll say they can treat you like a number, and I just didn't want. I'd had enough.
Yeah.
So I left there. Again, went back to the railway. It's in my blood, all my family, apart from my brother's been on the railway.
Yeah.
So I went back there and got made redundant, retrained again, and now I make sure people get paid every week.
Yeah. So
I take advice from foreigners.
Yeah. But the first bit you said about you did 8 years, you signed up. People that know me well know the respect I've got for people that have been in any part of our armed forces.
Yeah.
I will purposely walk across the road and go and shake them by the hand. And you know, many a times I've been out shopping. It could be with my daughter. It could be with Cynthia Walder. They could be chatting away to me or whatever, and I'm gone. I will make sure I go and thank them. And you know, and I will donate every year. My father, he was ex-serviceman. He was in the Sherwood Foresters. Got up to the rank of sergeant. But he left in 51, I think it was. And he had going every year a donation to the British Legion. And after Dad passed away, I've continued that on every year in his memory. And even if I go past people raising money, even though I've already done my little bit, I've done my cross that will go up to Westminster or wherever, I still donate. I still put money in the box, and more often than not, I don't take anything. I just put a donation in.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to know.
Yeah.
I've got mixed feelings about my time. I've got mixed feelings about my time. It was. Had I had my time over again, I wouldn't have joined. I wouldn't have signed.
Yeah. I know somebody else that was in the army, and he's got some sort of. Yeah. So you went all
going forward.
Yeah, so you've done all these interesting things, and you make sure people get paid now. So do you work for yourself, or do you work for a company?
No, I work for a company. We're a national company. I just make sure people get paid. I make sure people pay the right tax, things like that. It's a boring job, but it pays well. That's the best thing.
Robert, you can't have it always, you know.
No, absolutely not. No. Keeps my beloved, who's just out there in the what's the word? In the grand lifestyle she's accustomed to. My children.
So tell me, what children have you got? I know you said you've still got a young family, but
yes. Well, my youngest is 3.5. He was a bit of a shock, to say the least. I thought I was past all that. My oldest, I actually have a daughter who's 29.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
She was born to 2001. It was a fling, Kevin. We've all done it. I'm not that. We are close, but we're not close as in father and daughter. We're more like friends. I've got another daughter who's 16 on Saturday.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. We'll get on to talking about her a little bit.
Yeah. And I have a 13-year-old son, so I have 4 children. 4 children altogether.
Yeah. So you've got 3 children with you.
Yeah.
And I know you and we became friends, shall we say?
I wouldn't say it's different.
Yeah, no, fine. But I've seen the walks that you do, the photographs you take, are fabulous. It's all around your area, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Thing is about Cumbria, there's so much different countryside. Everyone thinks of Cumbria and think, oh, it's the Lake District. I've done the Lake District to death. The Lake District is beautiful.
Yeah.
Photographs cannot do it justice.
Yeah.
But the problem with the Lake District is everybody wants to go.
Yes.
It is far too busy. It'd be like Brighton at the height of summer. You can't move.
Yeah.
Winter time isn't so bad, and it is beautiful, but it's done to death. My favourite part of Cumbria is a place called the Eden Valley. Now that's not well visited. It's quite the main river through the county is the River Eden.
Right.
It starts up in the place called Malastang, high up in the Pennines, and the Cumbria North Yorkshire border, and runs right into virtually at my front door. It's about 300 yards from my front door.
Wow. Yeah.
Runs into Perth. But the Eden Valley is toward the best part of it's from maybe a village called Armathwaite up to Lazenbeek, Coswald, and all the little villages along the Eden Valley. It's unspoilt. It does get visitors. There's no getting away from it. But it is so peaceful. And there's gorgeous villages. They're totally unspoilt. There's tiny little market towns. There's Appleby, which is a beautiful place. Yes. Sorry, she does exist. Weird.
Hiya.
Hi.
Hello.
She does exist.
Yes, yes.
Just getting my child some pajamas.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, the Eden Valley's, it's a beautiful place. There's Appleby, which is gorgeous. That's famous for the horse fair.
Right. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you've heard of the Appleby horse fair.
No.
No? Well, once a year for a week in June, gypsies from all over Britain and some from the island, the continent, all come to trade horses at Appleby.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And like royal decree by, I think it could have been Edward II. No, not Edward. What's his name? Tall guy, Braveheart, Longshanks, Edward I.
All right.
Given the wrong starter.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
yeah.
it was named, don't quote me. But along from there, you've got Kirby Stephen, which is absolutely gorgeous. Carry on, it gets wilder and wilder. But you can walk like where you are. There's meadows, rolling hills, and within a mile, you've got high desolate moors, mountains. It's beautiful. It's my favourite part of Cumbria.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. Because you have to. Do I get this right? You've got is it an imbalance with your colour, with your photo? Because you have to change it. You have to make them go bluer. Yeah.
Part of my time spent, something happened. And
yeah.
Sometimes colours kind of blend in, so I have to put almost like a filter, almost like like this, so I can focus on what I'm doing. Yeah. So to some, the colours appear sometimes cold.
Yeah.
To me, they're not cold. Yeah. To me, I can see them perfectly fine.
Yeah. But to me, the way you have to alter them, to my eye and my mind, it's actually enhancing the pictures. They seem to almost stand out more.
Well, they have to. For me, they do.
Yeah, yeah.
Greys and greens, I just forget it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Greys and greens.
The photographs you put up, I love seeing them, and the little videos that you do. I love to.
I'm not very good at them. I don't have the patience.
I'm not going to comment on them. All I'll say is I enjoy them.
A mutual friend of ours suggested getting a GoPro.
Yeah.
So I went out to my local Currys and I bought a GoPro. I didn't realise how expensive they were.
They are. Oh yeah.
I know. What, you're asking over 300 quid for this?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I bought one. Yeah, I bought it on a whim, and I hardly ever use it now. I do use it, and I have editing things on my computer, on this phone I'm speaking to you through and everything. I just don't have the time to do it. It's like I finish work, and when have I got time? And when I have got time, I want to be out in the fresh air.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to be out on the bike. I want to be out walking, exploring, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I don't have to do it. Yeah. And I will admit I'm very amateurish. I'll just go, hiya, this is me, and I'm here. there. You can see that, you can see that, you can see that. And purists, the ones that have I do have a gimbal as well. Purists think, oh, you haven't done that. And I went, I couldn't give a monkey's, mate. It's how I like to see it. Yeah. If you don't like it, switch off. Simple as that.
Yeah, yeah. But you know, because I'm trying to do them as regularly as I can. I'm not going to try and post one up every day. Every week, if I can do it, that's fine. But
once a week, I would have said.
Yeah, when I go out, because there's mainly it's either me and Cynthia or me and Steve, or it's the three of us. And now we've got it worked so that Steve loves to research. He loves the history side of things.
Me too, yeah.
Yeah, so he will do a little bit of research, but basically for me, I'm just telling people really what I'm seeing. I show them on the video, and for me it works. Cynthia and Steve, they both take photographs, so I can do cutaways to them, and I'm nowhere anywhere near the levels of people like Glastonbury Gabriel and stuff like that. Some of his stuff is incredible. He's very good. Yeah.
If I know better, I'd have swear he was a pro.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
If I know better.
Yeah.
There's other.
And he's such a generous guy with his time as well.
He seems, yeah.
He's
a bit of a talker, bless him, but he's
no, he's good
I'm
bloke.
like, wow.
Yeah.
When I see him, I'm like, wow.
One thing that made me really laugh with Gabriel recently, he posted this video. I can't remember the name of the place, but it's a castle with a moat round it, and he's shot this fabulous video. And when he's on camera himself, he's got this hat on with horns and this really bright, garish jacket on. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this guy is just unbelievable.
Yeah, he's one of life's eccentrics, isn't he? He's certainly one of life's eccentrics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Me and another guy, I'm sure you know him, Norris.
Name rings a bell.
Very, very well. He's an artist. He lives in Croatia.
Oh yeah, I think I know the guy. I've spoken to him occasionally.
Yeah, he's a lovely, lovely guy, and every time we see one of Glastonbury Gabriel's, we both shout Harold at each other because it's a resemblance to Old Man Steptoe, bless him, and he laughs about it. He really does. He takes it in good. He takes it in good part.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm blown away by the likes of him. I'm like, I can't follow that, so I try. I can't follow you. Who else? Henry.
Yeah.
You know Henry?
Yeah.
Henry, he focuses a bit on trains and stuff, which is all for the good. There's a guy called the Cotswold Explorer, Robin Shuckburgh. He's really good.
All right, okay.
There's other guys. There's a guy up that does Discover Scottish Borders called Mark Nichol. He lives up in Galashiels, which is about 40 miles from here. Up in the Scottish Borders. He's very good as well. He's won awards. But
okay.
They're all like yourself, like Glastonbury, like this Mark, Robin Shuckburgh, Henry. You're all gifted amateurs, and I'm like, it would be a dream. I think once I retire, whenever that is, it's something that I would do. I'd make these videos. I'd take time to pop music over the top of them. I'd take time to edit them. But at the moment, I just don't have time. The
thing is, Robert, you still got a young family. Got a young family. Yeah.
They're the priority, especially the way things are being.
Oh, they've got to be. But once we get back to some sort of normality, whenever that might be, I fully intend to come up, find somewhere to stay up near your way.
Yeah,
meet you, shake your hand or elbows or whatever it might be. Fist bumps. But I look forward to that very much. But I would definitely do.
You're all welcome to come up. I mean, you bring Steve, bring Cynthia, anyone. They're all welcome to come up. Yeah. I mean, I've just got an open invitation. A mutual friend of ours has been up a couple of times, and it blew him away.
Absolutely.
He was like shocked at how empty it is.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's empty. And I went, it is.
But it doesn't matter if it's empty or not. It's everywhere's got this hidden beauty about it, hasn't it? It doesn't matter where you go or what you do. It's got this beauty about it.
Where you are, the land it's a quote from Alfred Wainwright. Have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Lake District author and walker. He said about Scotland about the lakes, and he compared it to Scotland. I'll do the lakes and compare it to where you are. Down in Sussex, down in the South Downs, the land whispers to you. It says, come and join me, come and look at us. See how beautiful the villages are. See how beautiful the rivers, the streams, the rolling hills are. Where I am, it screams out at you. Look at us. It's like the land's on an ego trip. Look at how pretty. Look at these high mountains. Look at these deep lakes. Look at these empty moorland. These deep, dark forests, it screams.
Yeah.
Whereas when you are, it whispers. It's almost
Yeah, I know
like
what you mean. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
almost like seduction where you are. Where we are, it's like an ego trip.
Yeah. Sure.
The best
Sure.
way to describe it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Robert, if you've agreed to talk about a very difficult subject,
Yeah.
and that's about your 16-year-old, I think it is, isn't it?
Yeah, she'll be 16 today. Yeah.
16. Yeah. Well, happy birthday to her. And what's her name?
Freya.
Ryan.
Freya.
Oh, Freya. Sorry. So Robert, I don't know everything, but I do know that there's been very difficult times for you with Freya. When did all this start? The problems she's got, and then you can tell people what's happened to her.
She started being ill probably towards the end of last year.
Right.
She's always been shy. She's not shy around people she knows, but she's shy around strangers, almost painfully sometimes. And things came to a head probably about late February this year. When she was diagnosed, my daughter's quite seriously ill. Physically, she's a typical 15, 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Academically, she's ahead of where she should be. Mentally, she has problems. She has quite serious issues. She's, I can talk about it. It's fine. She has tried to take her life.
Right.
4 times now.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
She's tried to throw herself off a bridge.
Oh gee.
She's tried to take an overdose twice. So that's 5 times. So yeah, she's being diagnosed. I don't know the best way to describe what the diagnosis is. It's a bit of what's the word? Psychosis. She hears a lot of voices telling her to do these things. So it came to a head where she now stays at a secure unit. She has been in hospital a few times, just the children's unit at the Cumberland Infirmary. That's almost like a holding pen. Then she was taken to a place near Prudhoe. That's near Newcastle. It's on the outskirts of Newcastle. That was a psychiatric unit for children, but that to me, they didn't do any good. In fact, I think they did worse. They didn't help her at all.
Yeah.
And in the end, along with social workers, specialists and everything, I've had to sign my daughter's care over to NHS, really. Right. She's at a unit called the Lighthouse Project. That's in Blackburn, of all places, in Lancashire.
I've heard of that. I'm sure I have.
Yeah, it's a national. It's the NHS, but it's almost like a subcontractor.
Yeah.
It's a registered charity that works alongside the NHS. It's a secure unit. She's there with 2 other. There's enough for 4, and there's 3 in.
Yeah.
2 teenage boys and her.
Yeah.
You can imagine there's a father with 2 teenage boys.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was there on Saturday and I spoke to the oldest boy and I said, "You're friends with my daughter, are you?" And I got a grunt out of him. Yeah, why? All right. Just so I know, kind of. And she's getting the treatment she needs. It's 24/7 psychiatric nurses. They've got teachers in-house, so she's not missing out on her education. She gets out and about. She gets to visit us.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
She's coming up tomorrow to see her mum.
Yeah.
And her younger brother. That was my wife. She's coming to see her tomorrow. I saw her on Saturday with my brother's partner, and my 2 boys. We took presents up. She looked well.
Good.
She doesn't look grey anymore. Very sallow, sunken-cheeked for a while because she wasn't looking after herself.
Right. Yeah.
Now she's getting 24-hour care. She's got a bit of colour in her cheek. She's got a bit of lustre. She's got a bit of her old self back. But like my brother said, he hasn't seen her for nearly a year.
Right.
He said, you can still see there's a haunted look behind the eyes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like a, I don't know, it's difficult to describe.
Mm.
I could show pictures of her, recent ones, and you can't really see until you look at her. There's a certain haunted look about her. It's difficult, and it's heartbreaking. I'm man enough to admit I've shed tears. I really have. It's put a great strain on myself and partner.
Yeah.
Because we're not trained. I'm not. You know, I was a general nurse. My partner's a manager for TUI.
Right.
They're travel people. So we're not trained to cope with this.
No.
Social services, the crisis team, people like that, they've been brilliant. They really have. I can't fault any of them.
Good.
But in saying that, it's not their daughter.
No, exactly.
It's not my partner's, for want of a better word, stepdaughter.
Yeah.
We've all cried tears over her. I've literally screamed in frustration.
Yeah.
Because I have to take my fatherhead off and be detached from it all.
Yeah.
And it's hard, Kevin. I don't mind admitting it's really, really hard at times. We have struggled, all of us have.
Yeah.
A little brother, Finley, he's 13, he's struggled. Luckily, Harry, our little toddler, he doesn't know. Thank God he doesn't know. But he knows that Freya's not well.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's too young to understand.
Yeah, of course he is. Yeah. Yeah.
My partner, who you met briefly, Anna, and I, we've cried tears over her because I'm biased. You've got a daughter. I've got a daughter.
Yeah.
There's nothing like Daddy's girl.
Mm. Well, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right.
And it's my work's been brilliant. I've had quite a bit of time off. They've given me time off, and they've been good. You have to be nowadays. You have to.
Yeah, you've got to be. There's so many families out there, Robert, that especially this year with people's mental health being affected and stuff like that. It's not just children; it's adults as well.
Frozen.
But sorry. Hello, Robert. Come back, Robert. Robert, can you hear me? We've got. There he is. He's back.
You froze.
Yeah, so did you. That suggests there's an internet connection. I don't know if you've seen it. A couple of times I've had the messages come up on the screen saying there's a problem with the internet connection.
We've got quite a good internet connection here. There have to be because I'm working from home now.
Yeah.
Because of you. I won't mention the C word.
No.
Mentioned.
That's steer clear of that. That's steer clear.
So I'm working from home. So the internet has to be strong. So I can get clients and make sure everything's okay.
Sure.
So we've got, for where we live, it's quite good.
Yeah. But as I say, I was just saying just a second ago that there's so many problems with mental health nowadays, and families are not equipped to deal with it.
No.
And you need the social services, you need the NHS and things like that to help families out. It's what the NHS has been through this last 10 months or whatever it is, it's been phenomenal. But they've had everything else to deal with or try and deal with it as best they can. And, I hold my hands up to them. But,
I dealt with professionals, health visitors, social services. I can't fault any of them. They've all been. I can't even pick anybody out. They've all been brilliant.
Yeah.
Our social worker's an absolute star. I was dreading. I thought there's a stigma attached when you get a social worker, social services involved.
Yeah.
I can remember saying, I think could have been to my mum or my brother. Oh God, it's going to be some fresh-faced 22-year-old straight out of university.
Yeah.
Hasn't got a clue about life.
Yeah.
But this woman's my age, and she's done the job for 20 odd years.
Yeah.
So she's absolutely brilliant. She calls a spade, basically.
Yeah.
She's pulled me up on more than one occasion. She's told me to man up. And I'm like, what the hell are you? Who the hell you think you're talking to it? I'm paying your wages. There I go again. Literally, I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's brilliant. I can't fault her. I wasn't prepared for any of this.
No,
You'd have told me 16 years ago that my daughter would be like this. I'd never believe you.
No.
I never would.
No. I had, going back, well, my daughter's 40 now. When she was 18, she was estranged from the family for about 3 years, but that was purely because of a bloke she got hooked up with. And it broke my heart. And it was, my brother died in 2005, and my daughter came back to the family and back to me the day of my brother's funeral.
Oh.
So, yeah. And we've been so close since then. It's been absolutely wonderful. And, yeah, those 3 years was just horrible for me. Really horrible.
I can imagine.
Yeah. As you say, a father-daughter relationship is extra special.
It is. It is. None of my children I treat differently.
No, that's right.
I don't have a favourite. Everyone says, "Oh yeah, you have," and I haven't. My boy Harry to my oldest daughter that I don't really see much now. There's no difference to any of them.
No.
The fact that my younger daughter Freya is going through what she's going through has made me reevaluate how I am with my children.
Yeah.
What's the word? I've always provided for them financially. They've never wanted for anything. They've always had the best what I can give them.
Yeah.
The one thing I do more now than I ever did before is tell them how much they mean to me.
Yeah.
They get embarrassed. They're teenagers.
Yeah.
So teenagers, they get embarrassed. They really do.
Well,
my boy Finley's like, but my daughter, she's getting you. She's not you. They're not used to dad being touchy-feely.
No. But it's
something like this to bring this side out of me.
Yeah. Well, this year, when I could see my daughter or see my son, and even my son, we would get a man handshake and a hug, and we would all the two kids would say to me, "Pops, we love you," and it would be the same for me, telling both of them that I love them. There's no difference, and that's what you've got to do. You've got to tell your kids that you love them and let them know.
Oh, God, yeah. My parents weren't that lovey-dovey. Well, my mum is. My mum's very touchy-feely. My father's old school. Don't show your emotion. My father did 18 years in the army, so you can imagine how he was.
Yeah.
He's a little white-haired man now, but back in the day, he was like a little bulldog of a man.
Yeah.
So he's not so much touchy-feely, but I know anything, I can go to him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
He often says, "Don't upset your mother," when I go and see him.
One thing you must never do, everybody that met my mother always said that she had a twinkle in her eye.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I knew if I put my foot across a certain line, I would get a smack.
Yeah.
and I very rarely crossed that line. But she was the most loving person you could meet. You know, she was just a lovely, lovely lady.
Yeah, I was a little devil growing up, but not like they are nowadays. Worse we did, nicking apples, things like that.
Yeah.
Raiding allotments.
Hey, stay away from my allotment, you.
No, I'm going to Richard Suggett's when I'm down there.
Yeah.
I'm going to Richard Suggett's.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't catch me. He's a big guy, but yeah, I'll read it.
He is, yeah. He's a nice guy, but he's a big guy.
He seems to me like a big, gentle, cuddly teddy bear. Gentle giant guy. Yeah. He is big. I'm only 5'8", Kevin, so anything over that's big to me.
Crikey, does that mean I might even be taller than you then?
Yeah, I'm 5'8", yeah. I'm not tall. Tall.
I'm about 5'9".
Yeah, I'd like to be taller.
Yeah, but I always thought I was 6 foot, but I never was.
Yeah, I told myself I'm 6 foot.
Well, you could see from that football photograph recently. There's only about 2 blokes out of that photograph that were shorter than me, and they were kneeling down. Oh dear. Listen, Robert, you know, what I would love to do is thank you very much for
no problem.
You know, having a chat with me tonight, but particularly talking about your daughter.
Not a problem. Talking is therapy.
Yeah, sure.
Really.
Yeah.
I don't. Most of my friends up here know.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, my family know. My parents. I've got my parents more on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah.
Elderly.
Yeah.
And parents worry.
Of course they do.
Worry never goes away.
Yeah.
So my parents are on a need-to-know basis.
Of course.
Obviously, my older brother knows everything. My partner knows. Close friends I have up here know. Yeah. Some of my friends on Facebook that I've met through the Bald Explorer.
Yeah.
Through Richard. The likes of, obviously, yourself. I'll name drop. Some I've got time for. Nigel Sadler knows. Mark, the guy from Cornwall.
Mark Selwood.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay.
He knows some of it. Andrew knows most of it, So, and a lot of friends know. People don't know the full extent. I haven't told you. I haven't opened up too much.
No. You don't. Robert, you don't need to.
I would tell my parents, I need to know.
Yeah.
Need to know.
Exactly.
My daughter's probably going to be like this for life. It's just managing it. It's getting the medication right. It's getting the counselling right. It's getting the first person to sort her out is herself. Changing her attitude towards how she feels about life.
Yeah.
How she feels in herself. We have noticed there was a wonderful moment when she was here. She spent most of her time with me until she went in the hospital because her own mum couldn't manage.
Yeah.
And she'd lost all interest in her appearance. Girls that age, it's all makeup, it's all hair, it's got to be the right clothes. She just dressed in leggings and a t-shirt, scraped back greasy hair. We saw her just this one day. She got some nail varnish out and did her toes. Me and my partner Anna looked at each other and went, "Wow, we've not seen that for her in months." She'd given up. She was just a husk.
Yeah.
She was like, it was like she was waiting for the time where she didn't have to worry anymore. I don't need to explain that to you.
No.
But she put her feet up on a table. I would normally pull her up on that.
Yeah.
As a dad would.
Yeah.
Get your feet up my table. I paid for that. Varnish everywhere. We've got cream carpets in here. And she did her nails, and it was like did you see that? And we couldn't believe it. So progress is being made. It's going to be a long, slow process, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I don't know, 5 years plus.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to see her in uni eventually because I think she's wasted if she doesn't go. All her grades have been the highest she can get.
Wow, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And all the subjects have been high.
Yeah.
But a problem is, part of the problem is she doesn't believe she's good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And she worries and she ponders. Then this voice in her head tells her, "You're no good.
Yeah.
You can't do this. You can't do that. What good are you to anybody? Boys aren't going to like you." I know for a fact boys do like him because I've scared one or two of them off.
Yeah. Oh dear. Well, look, Robert, I wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, and obviously keep being there for your family, keep being there for Freya, and fingers crossed. I really hope things do start turning round for you, and for Freya, of course, importantly.
Oh yeah. I'm under no illusion it's going to be a long emotional fight because it has been.
Yeah, of course.
And it's ongoing. There's not a day go by that I wonder what if.
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes I wait for a phone call saying something's happened.
Sure.
And we nearly had it a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
She cut herself quite badly and it was horrendous, Kevin. I could show you a picture and you wouldn't believe what you'd be looking at.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Awful. God, awful.
Yeah.
I'm not squeamish, but to see such a wound on your own daughter's like, oh, it was awful.
Yeah,
it was awful.
You take care of yourself.
I will.
Stay safe, my friend. And
not a problem.
And thank you very much for agreeing to do this.
Not a problem, Kevin. Anytime you want, my friend.
Okay.
Anytime you like.
Cheers. All right, Robert. Yeah. Take care, my friend.
You never lose it.
No, you don't.